Hey everyone, it's Jack, and I just wanted to do a little update about what's going on in our life. We are potentially going to move. We put an offer in on a house, and we're just waiting for all the people involved, the loan company and the realtor and the owner of the house, before we find out for sure if we're going to move or not. So we started packing just in case, and I'm gonna have to think about moving all these plants. So we did it once before, and it was just a short drive down the street to our new place. But this move is going to be quite a bit further. So I'm kind of nervous to pack up all these plants and get them over to the new place. I'm probably going to end up putting them in my car so that they're not in a truck and so that they don't get damaged. But it's still a little bit stressful to think about moving all these. Everything is doing so well here, and they did really well at our other place too. It just kind of stresses me out to actually move everything. A lot of my succulents have died with all the events that happened in my life. I couldn't take care of them at the time, and they were the ones that suffered. The cacti did really well, but the succulents just don't handle neglect at all. And I feel bad, but there was just nothing I could do. And like everyone, we keep having life events, but through it all, these plants have really done well. So that's pretty exciting. I have added to my collection, not so much cacti and succulents, but different kinds of houseplants. And they are not as compact as these, so they're going to be a little bit trickier to move. One of the things I wanted to talk about in a video, but just never got the chance, is the light I have on this shelf here. It's an LED aquarium grow light, and these plants here, this one, and there's a couple more back behind here that you can't really see. Those are begonias, cane begonias, that I propagated in water. And then when they got the roots, I planted them in soil and put them under this light, and they've done really well. You can see that this one even has blooms. They're a little bit past their prime, but this one right here bloomed, and they've done really well. The light, if I remember correctly, was like $30, and it's kind of small. They give you measurements of the light, but there's also like a hanger that goes across the top of an aquarium, and I think they're counting that in the length of the light, but the actual light itself is a lot smaller, shorter than including those hangers. So that was a little confusing. I can show you the light, but what happens is my camera wants to change the exposure. Let me see if I can override that. It'll get kind of dark. So it's got the blue, white, and yellow LEDs, and there's a switch on the cord that you can change it to all white, all red, all blue, or the red, white, and blue. I've chosen the red, white, and blue just because I feel it gives you a little bit of each spectrum. I wasn't sure when I bought it, what it was going to do. I was kind of apprehensive about it, but it's actually done really well. And I'm sure it uses a lot less energy than the other lights that I have, which are the compact fluorescent bulbs, which also those heat up my room. And what I'm thinking is I might switch my compact fluorescents out for these LED grow lights and see if my cacti and succulents do well with it. And if it does, I can save some money and reduce the heat that's being generated that's making my room insanely hot. One of the other things I noticed is this is the, let's see if I can get it focused. This is the donkey ear baby from the original mother from way back when I planted it. So you can see, like, I'm going to use my thumb. Right here are some roots coming out, and that's going to be a baby, basically a baby from a baby. These donkey ears are doing a lot better under this kind of light than they were doing under the compact fluorescent. So I'm really happy with the light. These are some of the house plants that I talked about. A philodendron and a bird of paradise, creeping Charlie, and a Monstera, a propagation that I just kind of reached in the mother Monstera and found a baby kind of growing off to the side. And I just reached in and sort of carefully, just as careful as ripping can be, kind of ripped it away from the mom and put it in some water till some roots formed, and then potted it up, and it did really well. I can show you here in a second. So these are the ones that I would be kind of more nervous about moving. They have more stems and more leaves and are, I think, a little bit more prone to damage. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure people have moved with plants for quite a while. So here's the Monstera, and it came out really well. I'm gonna kind of drown it. I'm gonna kind of drown it a little bit because it tends to dry out so quick in my room. Oh, I just realized there is a funnel here and some brake fluid. Yeah, we're doing some packing and things get kind of scattered all over the house. But here's the Monstera baby, doing really well. Very easy to propagate. And actually, I think I'm going to take this bird of paradise. Yeah. And it's very, very dry. I can't seem to keep this the way it likes it, and it's doing not so well. One of the leaves right here has already kind of died right here. So I think this little darling likes a lot of water, and I don't think I've been giving it what it wants. So I'm going to really soak this in. It'd probably be more exciting if you could see it, right? I mean, how exciting is watching somebody squirt some water on a plant, but That's kind of what we're all about. Gosh, this is heavy. Yeah. Caribbean Apuntia. This one's tough. This one doesn't seem, well, I don't know. Now that I say that, there's a new growth coming out right there. But it always looks pale. And it always looks wrinkly. Like, I don't know. Not enough water, too much water. I just don't know what this one wants. But the new growth is encouraging. If you ever get one of these, do not touch the spines right here. They just fall off the plant and stick in your finger, and they're really hard to get out. I picked up a piece that was kind of dead with some silicone tongs, kitchen tongs, and all of the spikes jammed into the silicone, and it was super hard to get out. So be really careful if you get this variety. Rex begonia, got this at Walmart, and I love it. I let it dry out in between waterings, and it seems to be doing really well. It's got all kinds of new growth, so it must be happy. That's good. It's very pretty. It's kind of plain, but you know, I don't care. I still like it. Ponytail Palm. I've had this thing for a really long time, and it's really growing. It's doing well. It gets these kind of dry little fronds that you just pick off, and it just keeps putting out new. I have it just under my softbox, which is my camera recording light, and it seems to like it. I give it a little bit of water every now and then, not a lot. It stores it in the trunk right here, and it is happy. This is the last plant to water. This is my Monstera that is going crazy. All these leaves come out kind of all curled up like that and like that, and then they open up, and then they start, some of them get fenestrated like this one, some of them don't, but man, it is growing really well. I'm very happy with this one. I water it quite a bit. I don't let it flood out the bottom, but I do give quite a bit on the top, and it just seems to do really well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and the little mini update on my plants. If you did, click that thumbs up for me. Consider subscribing to see more videos. Until the next time, stay safe, and thanks for watching.